and universities across the country are facing huge financial losses in the billions.
But the coronavirus pandemic is pushing some of the more than 100 historically black colleges and universities to the brink of financial ruin. A few could be in danger of closing permanently. That's hard to imagine. Our Laura Jarrett reports.
What happened during this pandemic and the escalation, it really exposed inequities that have already and always been known.
For decades, historically black colleges and universities have been a beacon of opportunity for minorities.
We have been a shelter and are a shelter for many of the students who are first-generation students.
But college presidents say COVID-19 has put HBCUs' financial footing in jeopardy in ways unlike other schools in higher ed.
We're all in the same storm, but we're not all in the same boat.
The situation is 10 times worse.
With classes moving online and schools issuing substantial refunds for room and board, HBCUs say they've had to adjust dramatically, and it hasn't been cheap.
Basically, when we had to rush to try to provide and undergird ourselves with technology in the realm of technology, many of the infrastructures are not up to par.
But without deep endowments and large cash reserves, tuition fuels operations at HBCUs.
We are largely dependent on the level of financial aid help that our students can get from their Pell Grant, from the state, and from philanthropy.
And many of the lower income families they serve are now grappling with their own financial hardships in a down economy.
We have $12 million of uncollected tuition.
Last month, the Department of Education directed nearly $1.4 billion in additional funding to minority-serving institutions. That on top of nearly $1 billion already earmarked under the CARES Act. But some HBCUs have warned lawmakers the situation is dire and more is needed.
We are very concerned that without the adequate federal and state support, that many institutions that serve the underserved might not be around afterwards.
Presidents like Dr. Wayne Frederick of Howard University remain optimistic. He's seen a notable uptick in enrollment numbers for the coming fall. Still, the big unknown is what happens if students can't return to campus culture.
One of the reasons you come to Howard is because 20% of what you're going to get is an excellent education in the classroom, but 80% of the time you spend is going to be outside interacting with people, interacting with the culture, the experience, and so taking that away is problematic.
Jim, even when the economy is good, fundraising for HBCUs can be challenging as they compete against larger schools for those big philanthropic gifts. But HBCU presidents tell me now, with the economy where it is, that's going to be an even greater challenge as they go forward.
So long-term consequences, possibly, Laura Jarrett. Thanks very much. Well, we do have some hopeful developments in the search for a vaccine